アウラ、お前の前にいるのは1000年以上生きた魔法使いだ。
One of the most satisfying moments in anime is when a character utterly destroys everyone in the room or disgustingly flaunts their overwhelming power on their opponent. Whether it's a moment of pure disrespect or a well-deserved showcase of strength, it's the highlight of the show. In this video, I've gathered 20 anime moments that are all about flexing on their opponent, and you're not going to want to miss it. We kick things off with one of the coldest hand-to-hand fights ever witnessed in the Outcast. Oya, being chased and with no escape from the masked outcast, had no choice but to confront them head on. And you know what? It might just be the best decision ever, because what follows is a mind-blowing showcase of amazing animation and fight sequences that the entire show has to offer. The choreography of this fight constantly brings fresh elements to the table with each watch. The way the cinematography complements the fight scenes is just god tier. Let's have a moment of silence for those who still haven't discovered this incredible fight scene. Oya showcases not only his incredible physical strength, but also his remarkable reflexes. He can unleash great force from various parts of his body, especially his hands, sending enemies flying with a single touch and effortlessly dodging multiple assaults as if it was just a walk in the park. The animation, combined with the smooth and sick choreography, is just mwah. I just wish this level of dedication and animation had been showcased in the previous 2 seasons of The Outcast. Nevertheless, this scene remains one of the greatest in the show, solidifying what a true showcase of power looks like. Speaking of godly animation, this scene takes it to a whole new level, and the power flexing doesn't lack either. We've brought up the epic Gilgamesh vs Enkidu many times before in our videos, and for good reason. Even to this day, it remains an incredibly rewatchable scene, keeping you on the edge of your seat, both enjoyable and exhilarating. It's a reunion between 2 best friends, an amazing presentation of the power of divine spirits. Enkidu was Gilgamesh's one and only match, not just in power, but in their ambitions and initial ideas when they started their journey. It's mind-blowing to see how, despite their overwhelming power, they laugh it off, displaying not just machines of destruction, but the most wholesome friendship. Yes, they might be destructive forces, but their friendship is one of the most wholesome things in this whole story. It's the most epic, long time no see bro I've ever witnessed. This power-packed scene, where they hold nothing back, is an explosion of eye-candy animation, a scene that we're always gonna remember. When it comes to unleashing the most creative skills, Cypher going God mode is where the magic happens. It's incredible to witness how her magical abilities evolve throughout the seasons. The creators truly nailed it on this one. The progress in her fighting style from season 3 to 4 is simply outstanding. There's a massive difference. She's now in total control of her magic's ebb and flow in combat, and her critical thinking and strategies have evolved immensely. Her reflexes to dodge attacks are sharper than ever, making her an absolute badass. What's even crazier is she did all of that while being pregnant. Cypher's unwavering sense of justice and duty, combined with immense mental fortitude, shines through in her actions. Her uses of the elements as if they were actual swords or blades, crafting dual blades out of fire and ice, is definitely some next level stuff. She's redefining what it means to be a battle mage. Most mages typically one-shot something, but Cypher's battle scenes have always been my favourite. She's absolutely ruthless. This scene in the anime is, in my opinion, not just one of the coldest, but also one of the most exciting moments thus far.
1000年以上生きた魔法使いだ。
Frieren, the cute mage we've come to know in each episode, has lived through hundreds of years of experiences, and it's surprising to witness her wield her power in such a manner. It serves as an example of how much more there is to discover about her strength. To provide some context here, the magic tool in question serves as a means to determine who possesses the most magical power. The winner can then enforce their will upon the loser, regardless of the latter's consent. The reason the demon agreed to such a high-stakes gamble is that Frieren had deliberately concealed her magical prowess to appear weaker. Then, without hesitation, Frieren ordered Aura to take her own life as casually as if it was just any other ordinary day. This act was chilling to say the least. But what's truly poetic is how Aura, with her magic, beheads any warrior she enslaves to prevent them from resisting her curse. She's had difficulties with individuals possessing strong wills as they can break free from her commands. However, when she attempted to defy Frieren's orders, she managed to resist for only a mere 2 seconds before tragically meeting the same fate, decapitating herself. This moment showcases the immense power and authority Frieren wields. Facing off against Muscular for their long-awaited rematch, Deku delivers a knockout blow to the villain who once nearly took him down.
1-4 フルカウルインパクト 45% デトロイトスマッシュ
What's remarkable though is how he's not just showcasing raw strength, he's now incorporating various powers from One for All, turning it into an incredible powerhouse. What I adore about this scene is how it portrays Deku's growth. He doesn't give in to his emotions, he fights with sheer willpower and determination. His increased power and mastery over his abilities gives the impression that he's holding back, an incredible example of the depth of the show's writing. As Endeavor pointed out, Deku is a true hard worker, and this scene showcases his relentless efforts. There's a significant change in his demeanor too. He's quieter, he doesn't even need to scream the names of his attacks anymore, which adds a chilling touch to the moment. Finally, seeing these incredible scenes animated after some time is truly exciting. And just to clarify, delivering a punch like that at 45% power implies he basically tore the guy's stomach out, counting on regeneration. It's terrifying and absolutely badass. This next entry is certainly mind-blowing, and it's an anime that takes rage mode to a whole new level. It serves as a defining moment of one's absolute power, where Wang Ling experiences genuine happiness for the first time, only to have it cruelly torn away in an instant. The pain and raw rage in his screams are absolutely gripping, marking the explosive start of his raging powers as he obliterates the Shadow Faction leader. This ranks as one of the best rage moments I've ever witnessed in an anime, and they nailed this scene. But this isn't all about rage moments, but a showcase of power. It's crystal clear that his power surpasses anyone else we've encountered in this show. It's almost amusing how she thought she could stand a chance against him when he holds the power to bring the world to its knees. It's quite funny really when you think about it. The way the music pauses as the time stops, then builds up right as his punch lands, bringing her back into the fight, is pure goosebump material. It's important to note that this isn't even his true power, it's just rage mode. If he were to unleash his full 100%, imagine what could happen. The universe might just collapse.
看样子你也跟我一样可怜。
This mid-season showdown has left a lasting cultural imprint on the community, no matter how minor it may be. Given the nature of the show where Sid usually prefers to operate in the shadows, it was only a matter of time before an explosive show like this took center stage, and when it finally happened, it was undeniably cool. It's been a while since we've witnessed such ham-fisted, over-the-top destruction in a toony light novel adaptation, and it's a blast to watch our protagonist step up and save the day once again. Sid's journey to becoming the world's strongest entity has been nothing short of eventful, and his signature move, I Am Atomic, is the epitome of his power. Animated depiction of Made in Heaven in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is undeniably cool. Pucci's incredible speed and the way he's depicted zooming around are truly something else. It's evident right from the moment Pucci gains control over Heaven that the odds are stacked against the protagonists. The fact that they confronted a stand they knew was nearly unbeatable is just insane. One of the most intriguing aspects of Pucci's character development is how his fighting style evolves as he acquires new stands. When he had White Snake, he was a recluse who operated in the shadows, never revealing himself and relying on ambushes to catch his enemies off guard. With Sea Moon, he was able to stand confidently in the open and level the playing field. Finally, with Made in Heaven, he became the pursuer, controlling the environment and keeping constant pressure on his foes, forcing them to be on the run. It's a fantastic character evolution for Pucci, and it adds a layer of complexity to the battle. The fight involving Made in Heaven is undeniably the pinnacle of action in Stone Ocean, albeit it came at the cost of losing some incredibly talented fighters in the series for a brief moment. Madara's battle with the 5 Kages is undoubtedly one of the best fights in the Naruto series. It's a fight that continues to impress every time I revisit it. The clash between Madara and the 5 Kages is consistently excellent, with standout moments like the utilization of Mokuton clones. The episode shines with its overall presentation, especially when it comes to portraying the gravity and tension of the battle. Madara's overwhelming power and his deep respect for Hashirama add depth to the fight. Despite facing 5 Jonin-level shinobi simultaneously, Madara still holds back, showcasing his true extent of his savage strength. Madara Uchiha is unquestionably one of the series' most formidable characters, and witnessing him effortlessly controlling the most powerful and respected ninjas in their respective villages is a testament to his unmatched power. The battle's intensity and Madara's unparalleled strength leave a lasting impression on viewers.
一つ質問をする。そいつら分身がスサノオを使う、使わない。どちらがいい？
What's more epic than watching our socially awkward and wholesome hero Mob slowly turn into a Super Saiyan psychic mode? He's usually a pacifist, keeping his powers in check, but when it comes to protecting his brother, he unleashes his abilities to take down Koyama, breaking his own principles. Sure, Mob took a beating at the start, but as that psychic meter went up and his whole vibe shifted, it was a complete 180. Once he hit 100%, Koyama didn't stand a chance. Even when Koyama tries his trump ability, the energy bomb, it's no match for our favourite protagonist. The moment when Mob grabs Koyama by the mouth and crashes down like a meteor from the sky onto a building is a treat for my eyes, especially in terms of the animation. It's a satisfying scene where Mob shows his true power and sends a clear message to Koyama: never mess with him and his brother. The sheer badassery of this moment shakes the entire Seasoning City middle school gangs, making them realize that Mob is the real deal, the true white tea poison. This solidifies my opinion as one of the best scenes in the entire show. In the world of One Punch Man, the Deep Sea King left a lasting impression as one of the few villains who stuck around for more than just one episode. Before Saitama's arrival on the scene, the Deep Sea King wreaked havoc, even severely injuring Saitama's disciple Genos. This was perhaps the first time Saitama's immense power was visibly demonstrated in front of an audience. After receiving a rather lackluster punch to the back of his head from the Deep Sea King, Saitama, being One Punch Man, delivered a punch so overwhelmingly powerful that it exploded the upper half of the creature and stopped the raid. The aftermath of this encounter is a reminder of Saitama's incredible power, further cementing his reputation as a force to be reckoned with. I know this anime was made to be funny, but it's just so endearing when Saitama remains humble and unassuming, even going so far as to downplay his victory, lying about his battle with the Sea King for the sake of other heroes. The hero's association's reluctance to acknowledge his greatness just adds a touch of hilarious irony to his character. Saitama is undoubtedly a humble yet remarkable force in the series. Moving on, this might be the craziest scene on our list. Rimuru is usually an easygoing and benevolent ruler, but even he has his breaking point. Moving on, this might be the craziest scene on our list. Rimuru is usually an easygoing and benevolent ruler, but even he has his breaking point.
神の怒りに焼き貫かれてメギド始
When he discovers the massacre of his people, Rimuru's demeanor changes. He decides to unleash his full power, obliterating tens of thousands of human soldiers and harvesting their souls to become a demon lord. Rimuru's character is built on goodwill, aiding strangers and fostering relationships. That being said, if you touch one hair on anyone he cares about, consider yourself dead. The one-sided massacre left me speechless. With a single spell, Rimuru destroys his enemies. Yes, his aspiration for human and monster coexistence remains, but threatening his home and people guarantees an absolute eradication. The moment Rimuru uttered Megiddo and the background music got louder, I was covered in goosebumps. The timing and the musical arrangement were impeccable, leaving a lasting impression. It's a scene that's both chilling and immensely satisfying. Speaking of wiping out your enemies in a snap of a finger, we can't overlook the extraordinary power of Ainz Ol Gaon. His ability to summon hundreds of undead to fight on his behalf is an incredible display, which was prominently featured during his encounter with the Lizard Tribe. While Ainz's undead summoning proves invaluable in large-scale battles, his summoning of elementals surpasses that. But what truly captures my attention is the moment when Ainz unleashes a spell of unparalleled might, obliterating nearly 100,000 of the enemy soldiers. The magnitude of this display was unlike anything ever witnessed on that battlefield, leaving both allies and enemies terrified. It's worth noting that this moment was more traumatizing for the winning side than the kingdoms. To add a fascinating tidbit from the light novels Volume 10, it's mentioned that many of the Empire's knights were so psychologically scarred by this event that they would begin shouting, "All hail Ainz Ol Gaon," upon hearing a goat bleat, all while trembling and weeping in fear. This incident firmly establishes Ainz's terrifying and unparalleled power. Undoubtedly, it's one of the standout moments in the Overlord series. Imagine having such immense power that after defeating an opponent you decide to revive them just for the amusement of tormenting them all over again. Arnos takes this concept to a whole new level, thoroughly humiliating his opponents.
ところでイングルの魔法にまつわる面白い哲学がある。蘇生で生き返った人間は元の人間なのか。
Arnos Voldigod is not to be underestimated, and those who do quickly learn the lesson the hard way, just as Zepes Indu did. During the entrance exams, Arnos is challenged by the arrogant demon noble, and he dispatches him with ease, using nothing more than his own heartbeat and a single snap. But that's not where it ends. Arnos revives Zepes, who remains unwilling to accept defeat. So, what does Arnos do? He takes the humiliation a step further by repeatedly killing and reviving Zepes in front of his peers until he finally surrenders, brought to tears in fear. This entire scene is just a full-on showcase of how terrifying Arnos can be. All hail the Demon King.
興味なしか。ではもう一回ぐらい殺しておくぞ。
待ってくれ。俺の負けだ。
The fight between Sukuna and Mahoraga in Jujutsu Kaisen is like a nuclear explosion in the anime world. It's a mind-blowing display of power that will leave you on the edge of your seat. These two are like walking nukes, packing enough firepower to level entire cities. Sukuna's curse techniques are like a series of devastating blasts, while Mahoraga's durability is like an impenetrable shield. And let's not forget the animation. The fight is a visual feast with fluid moments, dynamic camera angles, and explosions that'll make your eyeballs pop. Witnessing Sukuna's arrogance on display as he effortlessly overwhelms an opponent capable of adapting to nearly any challenge is enthralling. From start to finish, the confrontation is a display of pure destruction, leveling entire blocks of Shibuya. For an anime that's been running for years, it's amazing how each season seems to outdo the previous one, and Luffy's Gear 5 is the epitome of its evolution. Jason. Not including Luffy's Gear 5 from this list would be a crime. It is the definition of power after all. Of course, Luffy's journey wasn't a piece of cake. It was filled with many defeats that led to his immensely satisfying final battle against Kaido. Beyond making the anime a visual treat, it also brought to life Luffy's most powerful transformation. The anime introduced new, powerful Gear 5 attacks not found in the original manga, which makes everything all the more exciting. With Luffy awakening his Devil Fruit, it became clear to Kaido and the audience that the Gum Gum Fruit had incredible potential. Gear 5 defies the usual trope of an endgame power-up in a shonen series, with its unconventional design and fighting styles. This form grants Luffy unparalleled freedom on the battlefield, allowing him to manipulate the world and his own body in imaginative ways, showcasing the incredible power and gravity of Gear 5 and Luffy himself. As we approach the end of this list, Eren's rumbling can't be overlooked. Witnessing the rumbling is like coming face to face with an apocalypse, a cataclysmic event poised to end the world. There's a unique kind of fear evoked by this imagery of hopelessness that's spine-chilling. The image of the rumbling is tattooed in my mind, a haunting scene of unimaginable power. The emotions displayed, rage, disappointment, hatred, and profound sadness towards humanity's intent to destroy him and his people, pulled the trigger. The show doesn't revel in shock value, but quietly illustrates the reality of Eren's horrifying actions. This devastating scene isn't meant to entertain, but to highlight the grim consequences of Eren's well-intentioned yet catastrophic decisions. For anyone still holding out hope for the redemption of the anime's hero-turned-villain, this gut-wrenching genocide is evidence that such redemption might not be possible. This stands as a testament to the unfathomable power Eren holds.
これが自由だ。
We all know that Benimaru is amazing thanks to his second and third generation pyrokinetic powers.
コンロの技使わせてもらうぜ。
Benimaru's use of his buddy Conroe's special attack, the Crimson Moon, immediately purifies the Infernal, painting the sky a vivid shade of crimson. The scale of this technique, coupled with Benimaru's swift recovery, not only speaks volumes about the level of power required, but also solidifies his reputation as the strongest fire soldier. In my book, this scene ranks amongst the most badass moments in any anime. It truly highlights Benimaru's awesomeness, plus those sound effects will give me chills. Fire Force is the epitome of well-executed bass-boosted sound effects. While some other anime attempts at bass boost might not hit the mark, Fire Force delivered a beat drop harder than my life. Muichiro's strength surpassed many of his peers even before he acquired a Demon Slayer mark.
霞の呼吸5の型カウンの海
During his intense battle against Gyoko, the Upper Moon 5 demon, Gyoko revealed his true form and attempted to trap Muichiro in a watery cocoon. However, Muichiro's power and determination proved to be overwhelming. He activated his own Demon Slayer mark and swiftly struck down Gyoko with a single blow, showing incredible resolve and strength. Muichiro was a true 14-year-old prodigy, achieving the rank of Hashira in just 2 months and even inventing the 7th form of the mist-breathing technique. The last scene of him single-handedly defeating Upper Moon 5 in moments is a standout moment, and it's now one of my personal favourites. Muichiro's extraordinary strength and quick dispatch of the Upper Moon 5 demon left no crumbs without allowing even a moment for any backstory to be shared. After years of anticipation, we finally got to witness Yamamoto's Bankai animated in what many consider the series' best episode. Vision Commander left fans in awe during the 6th episode of Bleach TYBW, dominating Twitter trends all day upon its release in Japan. Yamamoto's Bankai is everything you'd expect from a monstrous force wielded by the Gotei's strongest captain. As a manga reader, I'm thrilled with the addition the anime team made, particularly in expanding the early stages of the fight. However, the meat of the battle faithfully follows the source material, showcasing Yamamoto's Bankai and its multiple forms, each of which could be a Bankai on its own. What's astounding is how Yamamoto looks 100% terrifying. It's as if he didn't even need it anyway. This Bankai isn't just physically powered, it's also a mental drain. Imagine facing off against this powerhouse with him constantly switching between his 4 stances. The anime team flex their animation skills, demonstrating their mastery of impactful frames. A package like this is the perfect stage for Yamamoto to shine brilliantly before exiting the scene. Now we've reached the end of the video, and we hope you enjoyed it as much as we did making it. If you've got any suggestions for entries you wish we'd covered, then head on down to our comments section and let us know what you think. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notifications for more thrilling anime moments like these. See you in the next one.